Okay, let's go. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're pulling up one sheet at a time here, well, a couple pieces actually right in this area, and we're going to spread some thin set down on the floor here, and then on top of that, we're going to put the cement board back on, and then we're going to screw the floor. And so really, we're going to be doing a floor here that is not going anywhere by the time we're done. And that's really what you want. Now, the person who installed the last one here did not do this process. It did make the demo a little bit better, but overall, this is really the proper way to do it. I'm using a 1/4 by 1/4 trowel. I'll show you that in a minute here. Really, you could get away with using a 3/16 by 3/16 if you wanted to shrink it up a little bit. But I recommend using a 1/4 by 1/4. Get yourself full coverage. Make nice tracks. And this is what I'm talking about with the tracks, the ridges that it leaves inside the thin set when you go across it with the trowel. Now this is a 1/4 by 1/4 notch. You can kind of see it's not as big as the 3/8. It's still pretty decent sized. Then you just really want to start putting the puzzle back together. You'll have some time to maneuver it a little bit. You want to make sure you put them back right where they went. Okay, so now we got this piece in. Now we'll move on to the next one, and we'll come right behind and start putting screws in right away too. We don't have that big of an area to do, so we're just going to probably just go ahead and start getting ahead here and come back and screw after we're done putting the thin set down. Just make sure you got yourself a clean floor to work with so that when you pick up your pieces that you don't get stuff all over. There's going to be a little bit, so I'm going to pick up and then I'm going to actually sweep real quick, but I'm going to pull out those last couple of pieces and I'm going to do it all at once now from here. Okay, so what we got here is I just got done doing the last of the thin set, and now I'm putting it all back into place. Stuck a piece out here, so I'm hopping, but really that's about it. Now we just go through and screw it, and you want to put screws about every 8 inches and just really get it consistent, and throw some screws in here and you're going to have a solid floor. We'll come through, last thing after we're done screwing, we'll fill these joints just like I showed you on the wall, and we'll walk away for the night. I'm making sure I countersink them so I don't have any spots where the screw head's going to pop up. Really simple. Basically all this is just time consuming so far. really the whole process is pretty straightforward. It just is a lot of measuring. Key thing you want to make sure is when you're coming up on your seams, especially your seams that don't have the factory edge like this, the ones that are your cross joint, you want to keep it back about 1 inch. You don't want to break that. But if you do break it, it's not a big deal because you can fill it with thin set. But we're going to finish screwing this floor. We've probably got about another 10 minutes of doing that, and then we're going to fill these seams. But we'll be back tomorrow to show you how to do some layout, and we'll finish waterproofing the shower, and we'll get going on laying some tile.